everybody, so Donnell with donnellsstichery here. How is everyone doing this morning? Post in the comment section, if you don't mind, of where it is that you guys are watching from. So that oh, let me turn my volume off on my screen where I watch my chat at so we don't get an echo or replay of myself on here. So if you guys could let me know in the chat where you're watching from, just because I would love to know. I am in Roseville, Michigan. Don't know if we have any other Michiganders here. But let's drop over into the chat to see who's all here. I know Donna with Heme by Ying with Donna is still live over on her channel, which I was just watching because she was giving up a live update on Harper. And so if you guys want, y'all can watch that and everything and come back to this later. I'm completely cool with that and everything because I know that's a very, very important information. So let's start with the chat to see who all is here with me this morning. We have Loretta Blevins. We have Joyce Hernandez saying good morning, and as well as Loretta. We have Brenda Foley. Good morning, Brenda, from Louisville. We have Joyce Hernandez from Wyoming, Melanie Taylor from South California. Hey, Melissa Feldhaus. We got Honor saying good morning from Louisiana. Terry Amston saying good morning from Missouri. And Moldy Lasagna saying hello from Cerro Gordo, Illinois. I don't know if I said that correctly. If I did not, I'm sorry. Brenda is from Kentucky. Loretta is from Florida. Melissa Feldhaus is from Georgia. She says that her son lives in Michigan. That's awesome. Okay, good. I'm glad, Honor. I stayed on as long as I possibly could until I was like less than a minute before I had to go live. So just wanted to make sure because I really don't want to cut into her time or anything like that, especially on something so important. Let's see, Melissa, roundabout where in Michigan is your son? That is awesome. Yes, Harper is doing well. There has been some complications as far as like her liver levels and everything, but they ran some tests this morning and they're waiting for the results to come back. Hopefully everything comes out good with that. Just everybody please keep that baby girl in your prayers because I never would want to see a child go through this, but she is being such a trooper. Let's see. Melanie says she can go back and watch. So glad Harper's doing well. Dragonflies for Donna. Good morning. Good morning, Mama Jean from Jean Captain Stitches. See, Melanie saying hello to Honor. Alrighty. So today we got a busy schedule today. And I want to get as much done up as I possibly can today because I was very unprogressive yesterday. But that is okay because I still had a lot of fun chitting and chatting with everybody. So we are going to do the Clue 2, the Purple Mystery quilt today. And my colorway is the Purple Mist, size small. So I'll get my items out of here. We got the color guide. We have the clue, and then we got the pieces. And I don't know if everybody has already watched my recording of it or not, but this is what the block should look like when I'm done. And I'm going to keep this setting out for my reference just to make sure I'm a good girl with my orientation on my layout. And excuse me, I'm a little nasally today, so I feel like this cold is just never going to leave. So I got my instructions here. I have my fabrics. And I got my color code. And we're going to set the rest of the stuff back in here. I have a box over here that I'm keeping all my stuff in. And as I get my clues finished, this would be a very good point to make that you want to be able to label it with a piece of paper and a pen or a sticker or whatever way you want to label it as, in a little folder, however you want to do it, of what section it is, so that way when they are done and they tell you what section goes where of the layout of the quilt, then you can be able to keep track of that. Let's see. Honor asking if Melanie if she is a fellow Soya addict. Mama Jean saying hello to everybody. Moldy Lasagna says, I have the same color but large. Yes, Sean is doing it in the large. I'm doing it in the small. I prefer small size items because it's easier to quilt. Mama Jean says, I may have just dropped a large amount of money at Soviet Quilts with Fallon this morning. Oh, goodness gracious, Mama Jean. Melanie says, I usually put my first block picked to the wall in front so to keep reference. Yeah, that's another good way to do it. And Laura Stock said, good morning, Janelle and everyone. Good morning, Laura. Thank you for joining. And thank everybody for coming to my channel and watching this morning on this Sunday morning. I don't know about you guys, but it is 30 degrees, which is chilly. But also, I woke up to snow on the ground. I'm like, what the hell? I do not like snow. So here I have my D fabrics, which is my rectangle, my squares, and my triangle. I'm putting it all together. Then we have my A squares and my A triangles. And then we have our C triangles. So we're going to start off with, we're going to work through all of this all together. And, or at least I'm going to do it. And anyone that's following along, I hope you do it too. If not, you can watch and hang out and chit chat. Let's see. Melanie says, honor, no, but love to listen. Laura says, I have a couple large tree of life PMQs I'm working on. Cool, cool. What colorways are you doing if you got a couple of them? Honor says, you are wise and strong-willed then. Jean says, too many items I wanted. Life is short. Why wait? Definitely. Unfortunately, my pocketbook doesn't reach the amount of items I want to buy from them. I had to wait. Little by little, I'll get them all. So, we're going to start off with a small triangle A, which is the darker blue with the dots. And then, so it says here we want 4 of those, which I've already done 1. So that means we want 3 of those. And then a small triangle C, which is the purple over here. We want 3 of those to go with the 3 blues. And we're going to make half square triangles for these. So I'm going to set those there. I'm going to set these here. And I'm just going to grab one at a time. And we are going to sew these into half square triangles. And once we get these sewn into half square triangles, we are going to iron these to the A fabric, which is the darker blue fabric. And I have my machine ready to go for my 1/4 inch seam. I have a fresh bobbin in. And we are going to zoom through this as quickly as we possibly can, so that way then we can get over to Motown, the free motion, or not free motion, the FPP, Foundation Paper Piece Pattern, do the ticket of the lion, because I really want to get back to working on him. I have neglected my poor lion for quite some time, and he needs some attention. I know a lot of people have been asking about him as well, so I really want to get to working on him. Uh-oh. We're going to keep sewing and hope I can repair that corner there. Because it just got snagged into my machine. Which is weird because it was chain pieced, so I didn't think that would happen. Just gotta reach over here so I can plug in my iron. Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to bump that. And in the meantime, I'm going to take a look at this little piece here, see if I can repair this. Let's see here. Hey, Mona did what? Good morning. How are you doing today? And no worries. Yeah, I actually completely forgot to even post it up on my page. I woke up this morning and realized I had never created the thing for it, so I had to go jump on and do that. I got that done up at 9 o'clock this morning. Completely running all out of steam yesterday, and we're just hanging out with the family and fell asleep on the couch fairly early last night. I always fall asleep on the couch until the husband is ready to come to bed. Then I go to bed with him. So, thank you, Mona. Yes, I love listening to my birds in here. It feels like year-round springtime when I'm listening to them. I'll just start here in the middle. I just unpicked a little bit right there on the end, so that way there I can correct this issue. And we're all good. And thankfully my corner did not get too mangled up. So we are going to iron this to the letter A, which is our darker blue fabric. Which means we're going to take this and we're going to open it up towards the A and we're going to press it down. And I got my iron over here and I see that it's already heated up for me. So I'm going to do that. And just remember, you don't want to swish or anything like that, because you are working with bias pieces, so you don't want to get them all fussy up. I'll be right back to that chat in just 1 second. All right, so we got the 3 here. Let's see. Let's see. Jean said she knows she's good to know what date is, Mona. I wrote down your schedule and Jean's and then lost paper. No problem. Yes, that's called the paper shuffle. My clue is still in the envelope. Does anyone use OBS? Yes, Mona, I'm actually using OBS right now. Losing an hour of sleep has me all jacked. Same here, Brandy, and good morning to you. I don't think I said good morning to you already or not, but good morning. Yeah, whenever I'm doing my live streams by myself, I use OBS. When I'm doing it with a guest, I use StreamYard. Because I haven't figured out how to do the guest on with OBS yet. I've seen videos of it being done. I just haven't toyed with it to see. So I'm hoping eventually to do that whenever sometime in the future I may have time. If not, I'll be just sticking to doing OBS for myself. Because the problem I'm finding is that I have two webcams, not a cell phone, that I use for my cameras, and I don't know how to get both of them over onto StreamYard without having an echo or replay or anything like that. Noise issues. See here. Good morning, Teresa Foister. I hope I said that correctly. If I did not, I'm very sorry. And I use just plain OBS for my live streams, Mona. So I just downloaded OBS onto my computer, and I use that whenever I'm doing my live streams by myself. Okay, so now we are going to take these three hash square triangles that we just made, and we are going to add a letter D, which is the white fabric, to the bottom of each one. Now this is where you need to pay close attention to your orientation, because in my recorded stream, I messed that up. Thankfully, I was able to save myself from unpicking it by doing the, because it worked towards the bottom, which worked great. You're welcome, Mona. Good morning, Junebug. How are you? You've not missed much. So far, all I've done is created my three hash square triangles that I needed of letters A and C. And we're about to add a letter D to the bottom of each one. Now, letter A, C needs to be orientated like this, with the blue facing up towards the right and the purple facing down towards the left. So that way, and then you'll have a white right underneath it. So that way there, it would look like this. We got the A facing up towards the top, towards the upper right, and the D or the C facing down towards the bottom left. So we are going to orientate them like this, and we are going to sew all of these up. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to double check to make sure I have this correct. Because in my recorded video, I messed that up. So we need this facing that way and that there. Let's see, I'm in Arizona and we don't change our clocks, so I had to figure out what time everyone is going live. I wish we did not have to change our times on our clocks, because I truly hate it. It messes with me every single time for about a week. A is up to the right, C is down to the left, D is on the bottom. I woke up this morning thinking, oh, just one more hour, Mommy, just one more hour. I don't want to get up yet. My cat wanted to be fed. And then so for this, we are going to press towards the hash square triangle. Yes, anybody in here that has a channel, if you do exclamation point selfie, that's exclamation point SEL, F as in Frank, IE, then it will post your link into the chat, so that way there, anybody that would like to follow you will have an easy way of getting over to your channel. I have zero problems with any self-promotion. And if anybody is going live today, feel free to let us know in the chat so that way there we can all come over and hang out and show our support. There's enough room here for every single person. Let's see here. Good morning, Renee. Good morning, Jean. Or not Jane, sorry. I already said good morning to you, Jane. Good morning, Lily. Good morning, Renee. I don't think I missed anything else. If I did, please put the @ and donnellsstichery so that way, and then say it again so that way there it brings it to my attention. Good morning, Andrea. How are you doing this morning? Good morning, Michelle. Oh, Brandy, I'm so sorry. Don't worry. I'll be there tomorrow. Monday through Friday for me. Oh, I'm so sorry, Andrea. Try an ice pack on the back of your neck, right at the base of your skull. That usually seems to help me out. And I'll try to tell Quasar to keep his voice down so he doesn't hurt your head more. Doesn't always listen to me, though. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Let me grab my other block just to make sure I had that completely correct. I believe that is where that one goes. So, yep, it looks like I do have this correct for the layout so far. Fingers crossed it stays that way. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our long rectangles and we're going to add them to the left. So it'll go the long rectangle, long ways, and then our piece that we just sewn up right beside of it to create this right here. And we're going to do that for all three pieces. So I'm actually going to set these off over here so I can get my orientation correct by stacking them up right there. I'll just take one from the other, right sides together, or not so much right sides because batiks don't really have a right side and wrong side, but that's okay. Y'all know what I mean. Let's see. Good morning, G. Not going live, but we'll have my weekend review later and also doing a tutorial today on snippet roll. Ooh, what exactly is snippet roll? That is interesting. I'll definitely have to catch that. Granted, I've watched every one of your videos that you post. But still, do tell, what is snippet roll? Awesome sauce, Melissa. She says she's got one clue 8 and one clue 2 to do today. Awesome. Dreaky1, is that happen to be my friend Andrea? I recognize that nickname. Says, hello, wonderful one, sending support and blessings. Thank you. Do tell, is that my friend Andrea? Then we have Lily saying, good morning, Jean. I'm not a creator, just a small account on Instagram. Jean says, good morning, Dreaky. And Andrea June says, I always get weather headaches. when the weather changes, and it went from 85 degrees on Friday down to 50 yesterday with with no coffee, plus forgetting to take my blood pressure meds, major pain. Oh, Andrea's room, I hope you get to feeling better, love. Yeah, I feel like whatever sinuses I had going on for the sinus infection has been coming back. I don't know if it has or not, or if it's just a new thing. A sinus is coming through this time, since the weather keeps changing so much, I can't keep track. Okay, so for these pieces here, we're going to press this going towards the pieces over here. So we're going to press going this direction. Okay, we're going to press going towards this piece. So that way. So what is everybody working on today? No problems, Mona. You do your thing. So Jean Cut and Stitches says slow stitching embroidery that is done on a long piece of fabric and then rolled up on an old wooden spool or such. Meditative stitching. Oh, okay. Awesome sauce. And make sure when you're pressing these that you are using a dry iron, no steam, because you don't want to shrink your fabrics. So this is what I got so far. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set these out to the side, and we're going to grab the rest of our half square triangles, which is the letter A and the letter D, and we're going to sew these together to create 4 more half square triangles. If everybody can get the thumbs up, I'd be greatly appreciative, because it helps up my algorithm some, letting people know that, letting YouTube know that you love the content. And as you can probably hear, Fraser and Zoe are already in chitter chatters. No worries about the typos, Brenda. And fingers just don't like working, having to function that early. Good morning, so Terry. How are you doing this morning? Oh no, you're still waiting on Clue 2? Oh no. I am so sorry. I wonder if maybe they're going to be sending you the since you had changed your order to the whole kit. I wonder if they're sending Clue 2 in with that kit. Well, yeah, I've been trying to get all my finished top quilted. I have a mid-arm and cutie frame. I only got a few more to do before I start a new one. Awesome. No worries, Michelle. I'm just happy you're here to hang out. All right, and we are going to press these here. Ooh, I bet that is going to be cute, Renee. She says she is working on her quilted witch. But that is going to be adorable. I got these all sewn up, so now we are going to iron these going towards the letter D, which is the white fabric. See, so Terry said, I asked for the clue in email. That they did, and there was a mix-up. They thought they sent my kit, but didn't. It is good to ask questions, right? Yes. So we're going to press this all going towards the white, which is letter D. Oh, yucky, Jim Bug. Yeah, I hate working on that project. Jim Bug says she has to work on the dreaded project of house cleaning. I got to do that once I get done with my live stream today. Unfortunately, dishes and laundry are not going to wait. Plus, I gotta go by the grocery store later because I need more coffee creamer because I cannot be out of coffee on a work day. Can't be out of coffee on a regular day, but definitely not on a work day. I would not be a happy, cheerful person on the phones. Alrighty, so we got those done up. Now for that, so we are going to have this orientated to where we got, so let's see here, where we have, we're going to orientate these. So we have the D going up. So this is where I messed up at, I think, previously. Let's see here. Melanie said, I'm also moving back to Mississippi this summer, so the least fabric to ship and sending quilts off will help, definitely. Jean says, I'm not sure that is a quilting term, Junebug. Melanie says, so Terry, I had a kit missing out of mailbox recently. What a pain. Melanie says, Renee, that sounds fun. And Andrea says, my husband just loaded the dishwasher. That is usually my job, but since I was not feeling well yesterday, he did all my chores plus his. Aww, what a sweetheart. Okay, so we are going to take this here, and it is going to be D going, which is the white with dots, going up to the right or to the left, and A going down to the right, and then we're going to take a square and put it over here, and that's how these are going to be oriented. So I'm going to move this stuff here over to my table out of my way. Put that there, so that way there I can grab on those two paws and keep them properly placed. I'm just going to double check it really quick. D up and to the left, A down to the right, and then a square there. And we will press that towards the half square triangle as well. Good morning, Lori Colgan. How are you? Hi, Aisha. How are you doing? What are you ladies working on this morning? Andrea says, these days I do all my husband's chores and mine. What does that make me, Andrea? A very clean, exhausted person. And then you just added on to a bunch more chores of 2 puppy doggies now, Jean, which gives you more stuff to clean. All right, let's see here. I finished my clue 2 on Friday. Awesome. Yeah, I thought about doing more and then just doing 1 block today. But I was like, just going to do the 1 block on the recorded video and then do the rest today. There wasn't really much of a mood of doing a whole lot of sewing this week. I was busy with other stuff. I love having this little cutter right here on my machine that it came with. It makes it so much easier to trim those little threads in between. Say here. Andrea says, yes, he is. Melanie Taylor, 24 years married. Pretty good for not meeting in person before we got married. Definitely not. That is awesome sauce, Andrea. Michelle says, woohoo! One of those extra wide jelly roll race quilt table runners I finished yesterday is going to a co-worker tomorrow. Awesome sauce. And Brenda is saying something I have no idea what it is. Benel calls that a virtuous. Alrighty. Anyway, Jean says, oh well, Andrea, an original Married at First Sight. That is so awesome, Michelle. Melanie, wow, congrats on that. I've been married 43 years and we only meet 6 months prior. Awesome. Congratulations on 43 years. I'll move these back over to here for now. So I'm going to press these and I'm going to press these going towards my half square triangles. And we are getting close to having these put together. We're almost out of pieces. And then once we get this done, then we can try and work on our Motown. And everybody's been wanting me to work on Motown again. Let's see. Good morning, Katie. How are you doing? Yeah, it's kicking everybody's butt this morning, Katie. Aw. Well, just get you some coffee. Actually, that sounds good right now. I need my coffee. My voice is getting a little scratchy. Definitely, Brenda. What you call a woman that does it all, a virtuous woman. Yes, yes, yes. Aisha says, I haven't used my sewing machine lately. I would love to do my project bags and notion pouches together as a set. Now, do you have project bags done? I do have some bags I've been working on. Let me grab one. I don't know if this is what you're referring to or not. Excuse the jammy pants. I didn't feel like putting on regular pants yet today. But this is the bags I've been working on. They are, I use the Daisy and Grace Quilt As You Go hexagons. And then I add on a button and a little ribbon. Or, yeah, ribbon or whatever you want to call it. And a 34-inch strap cut in half that I just sew on to here on each side to create a little handbag. And these I'm actually going to be posting up in my Etsy store. If anyone is ever interested in buying one, you can always email me. And my email is in my description, as well as usually in my description of each one of my videos. And we can work something out without involving Etsy. I have a bunch of them. I haven't got all posted up on my Etsy store yet. They will be getting posted this week. I just got a few more I need to add the handles and all too. And I'm working on a design of them so that way there I can be able to add a zipper for a closure as well as a lining with a pocket without those seams being seen on the outside. But that is my goal, to get those worked on this week, throughout the week and everything. And eventually I'll be doing, here soon I'll probably be doing a video of me making them. Or not a video, but a live stream of me making them. Once I get my design with the zipper and line all figured out. I almost got all the details of it worked out in my head, which is how I always do my stuff. I always have to do it in my head, and then I take it for a test run. Once I get all those details all figured out and worked out, then I put it down on paper in my notebook so I don't forget. All right, so we got all these done up. We got these done up, and we got these left. So what we need to do now, excuse me. So what we're doing now is I feel like I'm missing something. my brain went bloop, clicked off for a second. Andrea, they are so much fun. You can do table runners, you can do placemats, you can do coasters. I found a video which gave me this idea for the handbag on YouTube somewhere. I had to send the link later. But yeah. Aisha, I don't, but I'm going to be working on one. It's just trying to get all the things figured out and everything. Like, I could do one right now of this here. I just gotta make it some more of the hexagons, which I may do this week. And post a tutorial of me actually making the bag. And then what I could do is do my version of it with the lining and the pockets and the zipper and closure and everything without the seams being seen on the outside. I can always do that later down the road once I get that worked out, because there's some bugs in that I got to figure out, because I want to be able to do it so you don't see the lining on the so you don't see the stitching on the outside. That's my end goal. Okay, so we are going to take this piece here with it orientated like that, and we're going to add this to the bottom like this. So you want the white touching the white. Did I mess that up again? Nope, I actually did that one correctly, I believe. Let me double check with my other piece here. So what we want to do is we want to take this square here, which is this piece, and we want to add this to it, which is this piece. So yep, that's perfect right there. We want to do this to 3 of those. So we're going to pull out 3 of them. So they are going to be like this right here. And since we press those seams the proper way, they should nest nicely. Sorry, it takes me a few minutes to figure out the orientation sometimes, which can be a bit confusing for me. This is one of the reasons why I don't like. My favorite color, Jean, is in between pink or purple. I love them both so very dearly. But like the soft pinks and the soft purples. Never been big on the bold, all up in your face colors. I've always been more of like a soft tones, like the Easter shades of soft pinks and purples. I think that's the reason why I was so drawn to this here. Then plus I love batiks because they're easy to work with. There's no wrong side. Yeah, there's no wrong side majority of the time. And and they're just so beautiful. I love batiks. I love the quality of them. I've not seen a bad quality batik yet, so. I'm sure there probably is bad quality batik, but I've not seen it. Yes. Like the yellow for the hexagon handbags that I've used and everything. Like I love soft colors. I love like another bag that I've done is more of like a vintage fabric, but even that has like a lot of cream color and it softens it. See, I make the Etsy blocks out of scraps from other projects, so it'd be a scrappy front and back. Yes, I've really been getting into like the scrappy projects lately. Oh, and I'm starting a new project. This is gonna be a long-term project, like how a lot of people are doing the temperature quilts. I am doing like a weekly half half square triangle of a block of a weight loss quilt, essentially, because I want to lose weight. The weight I gained over the last few years is not good for my hips and my back. And so I really want to lose weight, and this is going to be one way of me keeping myself on track and accountable. Good morning, Joydy. How are you? So I am doing half square triangles. I'm going to create a quilt using that, call it my weight loss quilt instead of a temperature quilt. And I am using a solid background or some type of background fabric, and I have a partial jelly roll, like a half to 3/4 of a jelly rolls pack left that I am using as my piece of the other half of the triangle. And so that way there I can keep myself accountable of my weight loss. And let me show you one of them. I am trying to sew them into a bunch of them into tubes. So I'm using like this tan brown with the beautiful batiks that I have. Right now I have a bunch done up in the blues and purples. And I am so far got 2 of them done. So back in January, when I went to the doctor last time, I did one weight. I was at one weight, and then I weighed myself last Monday, which puts me at a downward because I lost 4 pounds. And now I'm down another pound, so another downward arrow. And then I'll be sewing these together probably later on. That way it keeps them orientated in the right way. And yeah, so I'm going to be working on that as well. And that is just like one little easy thing for me to do. Yeah, I thought about doing flying geese, Brandy, but I wasn't really for sure. Bye, Mona. Hope you have a wonderful day. Hey, Donna. How are you doing, love? Tell Peyton I said and all the other girls I said congratulations. I caught your live this morning right before I came on mine. So please tell them all I said congratulations and let Harper know that she is in my thoughts and prayers. But how are you doing today? Let's see here. So this needs to be pressed going towards the upper portion, the larger piece. So Renee, I actually don't have an Alysso anymore. I got rid of mine because mine just would not work properly. I had a lot of trouble when I was on the Siberian Winds channel the other day with mine. I couldn't get it to get hot enough, and the water feature of it just never worked on mine, so I just tossed mine out. My husband got it for me a few years ago, and for a Christmas present, and the steam water feature of it never worked. Okay, so I got all of these here done. And what we're going to do now is add on the last section. We're going to add these on to, so we're going to set these 3 off to the side for a little bit, and if you're following along with the pattern, it would be 4. So we're going to set those off to the side, and then we're going to work on these here. So what we want to do now is, we got this here, should we put, yep, and then we want to add this letter D, I think it is, yes, letter D onto, so we got the A's touching and we want the D's touching. So this needs to be added on to over here. And then we'll press that going towards the square. And Donna, if you drop your link by typing in !selfie, it'll drop your link into the channel. So if anybody wants to follow you, then they can. And that goes the same for anybody else in here. Okay, mine was never worked properly either. It made a nice decor piece. let's see here. So Donna posted a live stream this morning right before I came live and everything, like 15 or so minutes before I came live. And anybody can go over to her channel and check that out. And she gives all the details right there of how Harper's doing as well as how Peyton's doing on their competition. That way there keeps Donna from having to keep repeating herself and everything. Unless she feels like she wants to in here, that is completely fine. I do not mind. Just if Donna doesn't want to, then Donna does not have to. You guys could always go watch it over on her channel because she just did a live this morning of all the update. And she did say that she will not be live tomorrow night. So that way there, because she is still in Florida with Peyton. Yeah, I don't know what happened with mine, Brandy. For whatever reason, it just decided this was not getting hot enough and or playing nicely. So I just decided went back to my old Black& Decker cheap original iron that my husband got me years and years and years ago for my PMQs as well as my so I use this one here for my PMQs and my stuff that I would not be using. I would, but I already tossed it out. I was like, I got this cheaper iron that my husband got me years ago, and I got my good iron over there that I use for that I got from Big Lots. That works great for my projects I need to do steam on. I'm like, so that all works good for me. I'm not sweating it. I had my darker blue square pressed the wrong direction, so I had to redo that. And in just a minute, we'll begin this piece together, and then maybe we'll work on Motown a little bit today. I would like to get at least one block done up of Motown today. We'll get a lot more done up next weekend. So I know PMQ took up quite a bit of time, so. Okay, so now, since we got that done, we're going to bring these pieces back over here. And then this is going to get orientated like, nope, I had it right the first time. Like this here, I believe. Let me double check. I think I had these pieces wrong. The A. Yep. My half square triangles are wrong. So I'm going to have to seam rip this because it should be flipped. I think it's, yeah, flipped one turn. Fussy, messy now. Seam ripper time. Unfortunately. Really need to get one of those, like those little shaver thingies that everybody's starting to use. Those seem to work a lot quicker than picking out individual little pieces of thread. Renee says she only had it for 3 months and and shipped it back to them, and when they shipped it back, it still didn't work. Oh no. Yeah, my husband also got me a really beautiful, expensive Rowenta iron, or Rowenta iron, and that thing worked beautifully all the way up until one day it just started leaking water out, which was bad, and it from there it just did not want to play nice. So, and I could not get it to quit leaking water all over the place all the time. And it was messing up my fabrics as well as my ironing station on a regular basis. So I just gave up and tossed it out because I'm like, and it was very aggravating because my husband paid good money for it. Yep, Jack time. And not the good Jack either. Hi, Sylvia. How are you doing? Glad you made it. Even if this is for a short time to come in and say hi. Yeah, I found so far the most dependable ones are the cheaper ones from Big Lots or Family Dollar or whatnot, like Black & Decker and stuff like that. So I decided I much rather, if I had to toss out an iron, I much rather just be a cheaper one. So I'm just sticking to the cheaper irons for now on. Told my husband not, because he was going to get me another nice expensive one. I told him don't even bother. I just wanted just a cheap iron now. Sorry guys, y'all get to sit here and see me rip this out 3 times. Sylvia says her old Rosenda works great. Stopped using water in it so long ago I don't even remember why. That's possibly why. I thought about quit using water in it, but and then I had started using just a spritz bottle for a little water spritzer whenever I needed the steam, but that got aggravating, so. And normally my Sunday live streams will only be an hour, but since I had the PMQ and I want to work on my lion some today, then unless my viewers start dropping out a lot and everything, then I won't work on that. But as long as everybody sticks around, then I'll continue working on it and stay on until 12. Well, 12 my time, which would be about another hour. Trying to keep these organized over here in a pile so I can press the seam where I had sewn back to flat in just a second. Just got one more piece to unpick and then I can be able to fix them. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Yes, I was going to sing it, but I don't really feel like singing this morning. Though son, I see I need to do my nasal rinse again. I did it yesterday and oh, it made a world of difference. And that's the first time ever doing a nasal rinse for me. And that just made a world of difference for my sinuses, for the pressure and all. My husband's always had one and he's always done it. I just never did it. I'm always like, it sounds like you're waterboarding yourself. Really, Mama Jean? Okay, so it goes something like, Seam Ripper, you're my best friend. Seam Ripper, always with me till the end. Something like that. Laura Lynn does a much better job of it, though. I believe she's the one that came up with the song. It just became catchy, and I started singing it off to myself at times. And a few people have caught me singing it on my live streams. I know Renee Cook's son loves it whenever I sing it. He finds it funny. I'm usually much more perky whenever I'm singing it. All right, now I can press these previously sewn pieces flat again. Anybody see that new Willy Wonka movie called Wonka? My husband, son, and I all watched it last night, and it was good. I really loved it. Let's see. I bought a B&D cordless with a ceramic plate 5 years ago. It was about 80 bucks back then. It works awesome. I love it because of the ceramic plate. It stays hot and a good long time. Awesome, Andrea. Yeah, this here is a Black & Decker quick press that my husband and I got probably 20 or so years ago, and it still works like a charm. So I just don't put water in this one, so that way there I can remember to use this one for my PMQs as well as my legit kit, since I don't want to use water or steam on those items. And then I have my other one over there. I can't see what the brand is or anything yet off him because of the way it's sitting. And I use that for all my other sewing. See, I will have to drop off chat in a half hour for church, but we'll leave you running for your watch hours. Oh, awesome, Andrea. You don't have to do that, but I appreciate it. And you can always come back to watch the second half of the replay for the for Motown if you like. Okay, so for this here, I'm going to use my previous piece as because this is the section here we are creating now. I do believe, let me double check. Yep, this is the section here we are creating. So we want this, and then we want this. And then we want this. So this is the orientation. Oh, almost did it wrong again. So this is the orientation that we want our pieces. Because that way there we can match right there. So I'm going to start with doing these here. having a mate have help is a blessed woman. I am a truly blessed woman, Brenda. Just have turned into a sole caregiver for my husband due to his health issues, says Jean. Andrea says, I know I am blessed in many ways. Yes, you are. We each and every one of us are blessed in so many ways because for one, we have each other. And a beautiful, wonderful network of quilters and crafters to associate with. Thanks to YouTube and the internet being able to link us all together. Quasar. I know, you hear your daddy up, huh? Melissa, I'm glad I'm not by myself then, because I swear, I even had a block sitting right here that I did from my recorded video to follow, and I still did it wrong. Very frustrating. Okay, so these I'm going to press towards the solid square. And yes, that's the reason why I was getting quiet for a few moments, is because I got a little flustered. All right, so now we'll put these back over here where they go. And then we are going to throw this over to the white. I see it's getting about that time where I'm going to let Quasar out of his cage, so that way there he doesn't get too noisy on me over here. Thank you, Melissa. Says she would much rather watch someone make mistakes and fix them than watch a video that is 100% all the time. Yeah, I like to keep my videos real. So, because I'm like, everybody makes mistakes. It just gets frustrating when, like, if I'm trying to do a tutorial video of it being full of mistakes. And I don't want your guys' time wasted by sitting here watching me pull out all the seams, which can be very frustrating. And I'm eager also to get over onto Motown, which I have not worked on him in quite some time. And Motown really needs some love and attention. He told me this morning he was feeling lonely. What Quasar? What is it, Big Bird? Big Bird. Alrighty. Now we can bring back our other pieces and see how we did on A, D, and T. Yes. Okay, so this is the orientation that we need them. Let me get the camera or the pieces fixed up properly here. There you go. So we wanted where the dark blue is up here, the white is down here. Yes, Quasar is being fussy. He wants out of his cage. So we are going to take these and we're going to flip it over where the dark blue is touching the top of the rectangle of the other piece. And we're going to sew those together. Quasar, you're being a little much, sweet dear child. Okay, so I'm going to set these over here so I can have a little bit of room. Mama, let you out in just a minute. Just relax, please. Yes. Give me just a moment. 5 minutes, please. And then Mommy will let you out. I'll bet is that you got to try to con your bird to be quiet. Quasar. 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 Watching mistakes makes you realize that your own mistakes aren't that big of a deal and can be fixed or improved upon. Yes, definitely. Good point, Donna. I would rather see you make the mistakes and be a human than always be perfect. Yes. That is because we learn from our mistakes. And I learned no matter how many times I double check or triple check, I'm probably still going to put the hash square triangle in the wrong orientation. That's what I've learned so far. And with that lesson, I could probably just get used to the fact that I'm probably going to have to change the orientation of it occasionally. At least until I get myself a design board made. So eventually, I'm planning on having a small design board out of a foam board made up, like Leanna has done on her channel over on Pastry Queen, and use one of my boards behind me, panels behind me, as a spot to hang that up on. Aww. Thank you, Mama Jean. She says Danelle is a perfect adopted daughter, though, and no mistakes there. Aw, thank you so much. I'll just be over here with Jack on these strips. Oh, I'm so sorry, Melissa. Okay, so this piece here, we want to press going towards the larger piece that we had. So towards the rectangle. And my entire block here, a good solid. Pressing. And we have a completed block. So here's the one I completed. And here's the one I had already done. So I'll put the one I already done right here. And here's the one I just done. Yay! They matchy matchies. I did good. No help for Quasar. Or from Quasar. can tell my husband and son is in there watching the original now of Willy Wonka, the Chocolate Factory, because I hear the little girl that in there, I cannot remember her name. Turns out my oldest son has never seen the original, so they're in there watching that. All right, so we have all 4 of the blocks made up of section 2. Now I'm going to take my little pen and paper out of that one and put it through all 4 of them. My color card, and put it all inside of my little binder thing here. I'm going to take my Clue 2 and put it back inside of this. Now I'm going to take my Flat Nancy out because in a little while I'm going to take a picture with my phone and post it up on the Facebook page. At least that way there, my Clue 2 is kept nice and safe and inside of its little packaging. Just like how I have my Clue 1, and now I got my Clue 2 on here. All right, so we got that put away in my thing now. Oh, excuse me, I can set that over there. And we can get out my accordion follow system of my lion. So that way there I can start working on him. Let me check the tray here. Let's see here. Jean, you are a mess. I swear, you naughty girl. Jean says, Melissa is stripping with Jack. Andrea says, I have been sewing and quilting for 60 years and I still make lots of uh-ohs. But we are all human and make mistakes, but I call them happy accidents. Bob Russ, we learn from them. Yes, we do. Andrea says, for sure, Andrea. Thank you, Andrea. She says, it looks awesome. Sylvia says, they're good with your shirt, too. Yeah. See, I should just sew them right onto my shirt. Be my own design of my shirt. It is, Jean. I cannot wait to see what that comes out as. Thank you. Yeah, my sister-in-law actually made this shirt for me. Minus the little fuzzies. But my sister-in-law made this shirt for me. It says, sort of spooky and sort of sweet. Which just said, it was supposed to be a Halloween shirt, but I think it speaks to my personality. Sometimes I can be spooky and naughty. Other times I can be sweet as could be. All right, so now we're gonna do a Detroit Lion. I'm gonna get me some pieces out of here. Because let me give a love for a refresher course on where I'm at. Hey Giovanna, how are you doing, love? So this is what we have completed so far. We got A1 through A5 completed. So you can start seeing the top of his head. I have went through and organized figured out exactly what I want to do for all my pieces and such. I don't know how in the world I had this folded. Oh well, I'll figure that out later. Quasar's over here giving me the stink eye. So we are going to pull out A6 and work on that today. And then over this week, I'm going to try to finish up row A, so that way there you guys can see a full completed row A next weekend. And so that would be great if I could do that. I'm gonna move this all over here for right now. And get out my thing of all my fabrics. Put this binder down here, because I don't know why I pulled out the binder. Let's see here. All these beautiful fabrics that I've picked out and nominated for each of my colors here. See if I can't find my paper in here really quick that tells me my color guides and all. If you might want to know how I went about doing this, I took this color guide here, which is the pattern labeled up here as the pattern side, and I took it to my printer and printed it out in black and white so that way I can see where my mediums and my lights are all at. I might as well set that off to the side right now, just in case I need it. Maybe it's over here in my color guide section. Yep. Alrighty. So, and I took each of the parts here. Well, I've been a busy little girl. So what I did is, let's put this right down here for right now. So what I did is I took a little notebook and all my colors that are going to be light blue, or this tie-dye light blue, I put their color code right here, what they are on the pattern. So for like this one here, we got EA. So I would just try and look at here and find where I have EA. Actually, first what I'll do is, this is A6. So what I'll do here is I'll come over to A6. I see EA is up in the white area, the background area, which I'm making as my white, my tone-on-tone white stars. Oh, yes, definitely, Jane. Please do. That would be awesome. Dragonflies, so when I was new to quilting, I thought it needed to be perfect. I was doing 3 quilts at once. The pressure of seeing no mistake videos made me have more pressure. Felt like a failure. Shed many tears. Oh, I'm so sorry, Donna. Dragonflies by Donna. That is so sad. Let's see. Watched real videos and saw professionals had troubles too and didn't act like it was such a big deal. That made me grow as a quilter and enjoy it. Yes. So, today we're working on A6. Another little bit of top of the head over there. So, EA, OT, RA, and OT over here is all going to be like my background fabric. Sorry, no, that's going to be my white on white stars, which is this fabric right here. You can very faintly see the white stars. So, and this is a Joanne Fabrics Patriotic white that I got. And then these other ones here. So that's going to be my A6A1 and 2. And then my MT, I would believe would be, yep, light blue stripes. And then TC will be, which is, let's see, about a medium tone. Let's see where I put MT at. I think MT is in my mediums. Let me get over to my mediums. Or did I not get MT? Oh, there's my, no, that's my medium grid. Oh, Where's my mediums? There's my mediums. Okay. For whatever reason, I did not get MT or MT. Oh, I'm looking for TC. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so TC is going to be my little bit darker blue stripes. So we are going to put this over here for right now. And we're going to cut out my 2 pieces of my white for, we're going to set these 2 pieces here out to the side for right now. We're going to focus on this one here. On the A6A is what we're going to focus on. And my phone is going crazy. No problem, Jean. Have a good one, hon. Oh, everything's going crazy on me right now. Okay, sorry about that, people. Sorry, peeps. Everything went a little nuts for a second, but we back. We good. I gotta find me a card or something because the card I was using has disappeared from my thing. A little cardboard piece that I was using. Okay, well, we'll just wing it for now. I don't really like winging it. Okay, found a Christmas pattern paper. So it's folded a few times, so it should add good for cardboard, I'm hoping. Yep, works good. Okay. Yeah, there's a few different reasons why I started my channel, Brandy. One of the reasons because I wanted to learn from others. 2 is because I want everybody to see that nobody's perfect. We all make boo-boos. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll do this piece here. And you always want your pretty side of your fabric. So if you see here, you can see the stars really nicely there. But if I flip it over, then you don't see them as clearly. So that would be the back of the fabric. So I want the back of my fabric to be over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little pin and I'm going to put it in right here. And then I'm going to bring this over to my pressing board. My ironing station now is going to be half ironing and half pressing. I'm just going to move this off whenever I need to. I'm going to fold this back. I'm going to get my tiny little 1/4-inch ruler, which I just seen in here. There it is. It's technically a 1/2-inch ruler. It's a 1/2 inch by 8 inches. I'm just going to put that on my 1/4-inch mark for now of the ruler. Be very careful to keep my fingers out of the way. And trim that off. That way there, have a nice 1/4 inch over from my seam allowance. And then I'm going to grab another piece of the white because that's the OT. Have that card in here somewhere. Now, this was like the easiest way I think to organize my pattern as to how I need it, by making like these little color codes for myself with with a little scrap piece of each of the fabrics on whichever one it's going to be. That is definitely for true, Giovanna. We definitely all make mistakes. So OT is also on my list of my whites, so that's going to be next. Quasar. Okay, I know. Mommy said Mommy let you out. Sorry, guys. Just 1 second. He's going to continue being horrible if I don't. All right, I'm back. I just don't want him giving me a migraine. Alrighty, so my OT. So this piece here that I just cut off is not large enough, as you see, as we still got OT down here sticking out. So I need a different piece for that. And we're going to try this piece here. So that's the back. That's the front. Let's wipe this little bit of yuckiness off here. So what we'll do, because I can see my creases here. So what we'll do is we'll try and lay this pretty sides together. I'll open it up by like that 1/4 inch to make sure I got enough to cover everything, which I do not. So that means I need to cut a larger piece because those little pre-cut pieces I had are not big enough. I have some larger strips here, so I'm just going to cut a larger strip. Not really going to measure, just want to cut. We'll give that one a little bit of a pressing because it is super crinkly. And as you see, that'd be plenty to cover up that piece there. So we're going to sew this on and then we'll just come back and we'll trim it. Make sure we got the pretty sides touching each other, which we do. And we will sew right down this line right here. And make sure you're sewing this with a 2.0 seam. Okay, now I can take my needle out. Finger press first. Make sure I got plenty of coverage, because if not, then I can fix it now. Which I do. So now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do a nice little quick pressing on it. And then I'll go ahead and do my trimming. when we cut this one side, we're going to make sure we cut that 1/4 inch seam. Now we're ready to start adding on some blue. Because now we got our background pieces on up here for the top. Now we can start adding on some blue. So we got MT, which is, let me pull out this over here. MT is on my light blue stripe set piece. So we're going to grab that. See if I have any pieces that are already cut up that may be large enough. Nope. Okay. It's always best to check your smaller scraps first, so that way there you can save the larger ones for later if you can. So what I'll do here is I am going to audition to see where I can get my best piece out of this at, which I'm thinking is going to be over here because it's like on an angle as well. Be a little bit awkward at times and everything when you're doing this from scrap, but that is okay. I got my fabric scissors right here underneath me. I had to hide them from the family. I caught the family with them the other day using my fabric scissors for something that was not fabric. They're like, well, it's not gonna hurt anything. Yeah, it's my fabric scissors, and that's not fabric. That's not what my expensive fabric scissors are for. I'm just rough cutting this for right now. Okay, so my chat shows that I have people still in here. And I think I just cut this the wrong way. Yep. Do I have anybody still in here watching with me? Or hanging out with me? Quasar, don't be getting mommy's fabric. My chat got so silent all of a sudden. Where'd everybody go? I should have measured this from the back side of my fabric, not the front. So I gotta recut this. Yes, they did, Melissa. I told them, I'm like, listen, I'm like, I have a green pair of handled scissors hanging up in my sewing room if you guys need scissors. I'm like, there's green pairs of scissors, green handled scissors in there that is used for cutting anything and everything other than fabric. I'm like, we don't cut fabric or non-fabric items with my fabric scissors. I'm like, that is not what those are for. I had to really get after my husband because I'm like, listen, like, you are the one that paid the expensive price for these really nice scissors for me for Christmas a couple years ago. I'm like, definitely no. Okay, I think I got this correct now. Let's see. Let's audition. Yes. Beautiful, perfect. Always, the diagonal pieces always mess me up. You better stay off mommy's fabric. Guys, he is already investigating. And that's my fabrics. What are you doing? You better be a good boy. Stay off mommy's fabrics. You messy on my fabrics, you're going back in that cage and you won't come back out on a live stream, little boy. Do you understand me? No problem, Brandy. I'm just like, man, like Jean left and everybody got so silent on me. No worries, Lily. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jim-Bug. It's just funny because all of a sudden everybody got silent. Okay, he just flew up to his cage like a good boy. All right, so now we have 1, 2, and 3 sewn on. So now we just got to sew on 4, which means we got to pull this back and trim this the 1/4 inch. Let's see. Yeah, Giovanna, I never thought that mine would, but for whatever reason that day they decided to. Guess they were on a death wish. All right, so then TC is going to be the darker or the medium blue, according to my paper over here, I do believe. Wherever it is, I put that thing. There it is. So I had TC on this darker blue, or medium blue is what I'm calling it. No worries, Brenda. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that everybody was still here because I'm like all of a sudden it got super quiet. So we're bringing out the medium blue. So the color that we just used was a light blue stripe. So now we're going to use the medium blue. I just got to lay this down. And I am going to lay it down so I can audition it and get it cut just properly. And I'm cutting it a little bit bigger of each piece. So that way there than what I need. So that way I know I got plenty of room. Room for error. So that way there, that'll go down here like this. And I'm going to go ahead and get that sewn on. And I do know that the stripes are going in weird directions, and that is fine with me. I don't really care so much for that. Done is better than perfect, as Ian always says. Alrighty. So now we can try and trim up this piece here. I got my larger ruler, this is the favorite one I loved using all the time. This is an Omni Grip, and it is 6 inches by 12 inches, and I love using this. It works great for everything I do, pretty much. I have learned that if you're cutting while sitting down, it is a little bit harder to do. Now, if you're ever curious where I got my rulers from, I always get my rulers off of Amazon because they're just more convenient for me to buy from there. And the ones I use work great for everything I do. All right, so we have A6A is completed. So there you go. So now we're going to do the next piece, which is A6B. We'll put A6C right here underneath. I don't lose that. This here has a little bit more pieces to it. That's to be 5 pieces to it. Hi, Donna Didson. Thank you for subscribing. No worries. Yeah, I had to set that up and everything like that to try to help keep down on the spammers some. There's a lot of channels get a lot of spammers, and I don't want to deal with that nonsense. So, sorry for the inconvenience of that, but it's the only way I can see to cut down on the spammers. All the big YouTubers have to do that and everything, so unfortunately, because some people just don't want to grow up. So, we are going to have, thank you, Junebug. See, that would be so pretty. I have a horse paper piecing one that I want to do this year. I need to go get it printed out. I have a working copy. Yes, I love, so when I buy my patterns from Legit Kit and they send them to me, what I do is I buy the newsprint paper because they send it to you with the newsprint paper all ready to go. But what I like to do is I buy my own newsprint paper and make copies of these sheets on my own. So that way if I ever want to make it again, I had the paper to do it. So, or I still have the pattern available to do it. So the first piece here is going to be RA, which is RA is, I know it's not going to be one of these darker ones. I wonder if it's a white. Yep, RA is a white. So 1 and 4 are both going to be white. OT is white. So 1, 4, and 5. 1, 4, and 5 are all three going to be white. MT, we need the light blue stripe again. And then TC, we need the medium blue stripe again. Alrighty. So let's see how much of this here that I already got pre-cut that we could use. So I got this here up the RA. See if these would cover for these. I think I'll cut some pieces out for that one. But it will cover for that one. Just barely. I'll probably just cut out pieces for that. I don't want to take the chance of running too short on it. It's much better to be safe than sorry. And let's see here. I got this here pre-cut already. So yep, that'd be good there. So I'm going to get these pieces here pressed out a little bit. Some people have it so that you have to subscribe for 2 weeks before commenting on the live. Oh, wow. That seems like a long time, in my opinion, but they may have had problems with the previous shorter time spans and just being extra cautious. I'm not really for sure. I can't really say for sure. All right, so that would be the back. So I got plenty of room there, plenty of room here, which I do. So I'm going to use my scissors to... Oh, sweet, Donna. I love yo-yos. I just haven't bought myself a yo-yo maker yet. I want to, though. Figured eventually I'll get around to it. Now I need a little pin to pin in my RA right here to make sure that we have no slippage. Goodness gracious. Sorry, guys. My nose is going crazy on me. Okay, so we got number one piece in. So now we need to find number two, which is the MT light blue. We got a light blue stripe. And we are going to rough cut out a piece of this. See if the scraggly piece over here will work. And it looks like it will. Yep. It looks like I can just cut this right off right here. And these are just back quarters I had already. So yes, she did, Donna. I really enjoyed watching her channel. I always love watching Mama Jean's channel. All right, so now we are going to flip this over and we're going to get this sewn down. As soon as I get flipped over the correct direction. I almost boo-booed on that really badly. That way there, when we flip it over, it'll be nice and beautiful. Perfect. Well, perfect in my eyes, at least. Yes, she is, Giovanna. I love watching her channel. The way she explains things is always so easy for me to understand. And if you guys want, y'all can try and catch us both on her channel starting this Wednesday. She's going to be teaching me how to hand quilt. So stay tuned for a bunch of excitement with that. It's going to be over a little mini series on her channel over the course of the next several weeks. So let me get this trimmed up on all the major sides. And you can use it at a quarter ruler. I have one around here somewhere. I have no idea where it disappeared to. It ran away on me. I swear to goodness gracious, it ran away. All right, so this is what we got so far. We got number one and number two. So now we need to add the number three, which is this little piece down here, which is going to be the medium blue. I think I have some cut already. We'll see. Okay, I do not. So we're going to cut a small medium blue. Just a small little piece. And this is the fun of doing your own fabrics. For one, you gotta use up a lot of hands, a lot of stash. Because I set aside all my blues, except for my jelly rolls, my boutique jelly rolls. Those I did not. So all my cotton, pure cotton blues, I set aside for doing this project. Figured out which ones I want for each color code. I'll go ahead and trim the bottom. And here is my bottom piece. And I'll clean up all these ragged edges and everything once I get these upper two pieces done up, which would be white. So I need my strip of white here. All right, got that turned up, ready to go. So I just got to make sure I got my pretty side facing down, which I do. And we'll get that lined up properly. Yeah, Donna, what dragonflies for Donna, that is going to be very interesting. It's a technique I've been wanting to learn. I've watched some videos and it wasn't enough for me. I need hands-on learning. So the next best way of getting hands-on learning was through a Zoom, and we were brainstorming for ideas for her tip and demo Wednesdays. And I'm like, well, why don't we do something involving you teaching me how to hand quilt? Like for the people that may also want to learn that don't have that available or whatnot. Like it could be really fun and a great way of me and her hanging out. So we decided to do that, and we just did more brainstorming of it and discussion of it, of the details and everything, and we think we got it all worked out. And what we don't, we will as we go. But yeah, I'm like super excited. I cannot wait. I got to get my stuff out, my material, or my fabrics and bedding all figured out still, but I'll get there. All right. So we just need to add on one last piece, and then this one here will be done. So let me see if I have enough of this one. Unfortunately, I don't without putting the piece on backwards, I believe. Let's see. Nope. Alrighty. Yes, so we'll try and get this piece here ironed out some. I'm not going to cut it off of the strip yet. Just going to go ahead and get it sewn on, and then I'll trim it afterwards. And Quasar is being a little too quiet. I'm about to look up to see what he is getting. Yeah, you heard your name, huh? Oh, he is being a good boy. He's just sitting on the front porch of his cage. My very first job here in Italy was to embroider with beads for some fashion factory. Oh my goodness gracious. That sounds like that would be fun, but at the same time very terrifying if you don't know what you're doing. Alrighty. So let me get this turned up and then I can show you guys this piece. It's coming out so pretty. I love the fabrics that I chose. And if anybody would like to know where I got my fabrics, majority of them that I'm using, like the stripe pieces, are all from a girl named Kimberly's page over on Etsy. You can usually find her link in the description box for um, Marie Scrappy Creations. It's called My Fabric Addiction, and that's where I got my all my that collection of these stripe fabrics, which are also the fabrics I'm using on my Cafe Facet Midnight Diamonds quilt that I was working on yesterday. The same fabrics that I bought 2 of those back quarters. All right, so now we got A and B done. Sorry about that. A and B done. So we're going to do up C, and then we can put those two together. And then we'll end the live stream for today. Just because it's been a busy day, I'm tired, and I want to go spend some time with my family. And get my nose taken care of. Aw, that's sad. I'm so sorry, Giovanna. And everybody, if you have not already done so, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button to let YouTube know that you enjoy the content that I am creating. That is, if you do enjoy it, I really would very much appreciate it that you hit that thumbs up. And also feel free to always share my channel with your friends. Friends or family or anybody that you think that would enjoy my content as well. So for this here, we got MZ, which is, I'm thinking that this is all going to be in the blue section, but let me grab out my little color guide here so I can see. Okay, so MZ, it should be in the light blues. Yep, it's my solid light blue. So that's going to be MZ. Then we got SW. I'm not really for sure where that one's going to be. Okay, so it's going to be my light blue tie-dye. And yes, I had to add some tie-dye in here. I love tie-dye. Ah, fun stuff, Melissa. Is that Clue Aid the fall one that they are just completing? So we got MC, which is the light blue solid, SW, which is the light blue tie-dye. Then we got MT again, which is the light blue stripe. RA and OT, which I already know is the white. So our number 1 is the MT or MZ, which is my light blue solid. Let's put this all in the right orientation of what we would be doing it as. See here. Brenda says, great. Just being in Italy would make me happy, but did you learn a lot beading? Giovanna says, done. Giovanna says, yes, I worked for 3 years. But now I can't bead anymore because of my hand problems. Oh, I'm so sorry. Brenda says, nice. I'm sure they made a lot. Shame they didn't pay good. Melissa says, yes. Okay. That's what I thought, but I wasn't for sure. I wanted to make sure so I was following along correctly. Giovanna says, we also had to work on the winter Angora in summer, which is hot. Ooh, goodness gracious. Okay, MC is the solid blue. So we are going to cut our piece out of this. I'm not really for sure which way is the correct way because I can't really tell. So I figure if I can't tell, then no one else can either. Make sure I got that on the correct fold. I do know I did not label a whole lot of pieces as light blue because I don't have a lot of it. All I had is one fat quarter. Figure worst case scenario, if I had to, I would change the color. Make sure I got this all up here on the correct way so I can trim off any excess that I may need to. Get my pin in here. I'll worry about that top later. All right, then we have the SW, which is going, so I can put this to the back of my pile. Okay, so then the SW, which is my tie-dye. Hi, Mr. Quasar. Hi, Mr. Quasar. So here is my tie-dye. Isn't this gorgeous, guys? I just love this fabric. This is actually a Dollar Tree fabric I got like last year, I believe, last spring. And I fell in love with it. I really didn't know what I was going to do with it, but I fell in love with it and had to have it. So, I mean, if you had to have it, you had to have it. We need it pretty side down so I can get it cut properly. Sorry, just trying to get my orientation just perfectly on here. Bring this over to about 1/4 inch. Alrighty. And then we'll bring this over here. Alrighty. So what we'll do is we'll put this here. We'll put this here. Pretty sides down. Gotta remember, pretty sides down. The pretty sides had to be touching. Unfortunately, nowhere near enough, Donna. I only have almost row 1 or almost row A done. Wait just 1 second, I'll show you. My lion unfortunately has been severely neglected, and I plan on doing a lot of working on it off camera as well as on camera. So that way there I can get it to come together, and I want a lot of it to be done with you guys. So this week I'm going to be finishing off row A. Because right now I'm on row A6. And I'm doing mine like how Becca had done hers of doing it all in one complete row. So this is what I have completed so far. This is row A1 through A5. So over here you can see the lion, top of lion's mane starting to come together. And this here is row A6 that I'm working on. And so this week I'm gonna finish up off camera. I'm gonna finish up 7 and 8, A7 and A8, so that way there I can get that ready to go and have that all done up. So next Sunday we can work on row B. And that's my goal for this. Okay, so now I need to trim. I got that piece sewn on and ironed. I just need to trim it to get my 1/4 inch on that edge. And I have postponed doing any more craft shows this year because just a lot going on and I didn't want to add any more extra stress to myself. So decided to postpone doing any more craft shows for a little bit. I did the tie-dye. Now we need MT, which is the light blue. And see if I have a large enough piece here. I think I may. I think I may. I think I may. Ooh, that's going to be cutting close quarters. I really don't like cutting that close. No problem, Jordy. Have a wonderful day. I'm glad you made it. Yeah, Donna, that is definitely still a lot of work to be done. But with the help of everybody on here to keep me accountable, I will be able to get it done. Sometimes I need that motivation to help keep me accountable. That's all. Like, listen to now. Yeah, you do. And I have been rethinking the stuff I was selling at my shows, Giovanna. Like I done had last year I was just throwing a bunch of different things at the wall to see what stuck and what would be the sellers in this area. Because I try to stick to the shows that are local to me, which are a decent amount. But still, it was my first time ever doing it, and I wanted to see what would sell, what was going to be my good sellers, what was going to be my bad sellers, what doesn't sell at all, blah, blah, blah. And since now I found that out, I want to revamp my stuff that I had made up. Figure the items that did not sell at my craft shows will be part of my giveaways on my channel. And then the other items I will sell at my craft shows or my Etsy store. So right now I'm just staying focused to my YouTube channel and my Etsy channel or my Etsy store. So that way there I can get all that figured out and organized before I start adding in a lot more craft shows. Oh, yes. Thank you. Sorry. No worries, Donna. Thank you, though. I'm sorry, I just misunderstood. What happens when you try to just do a quick reading of the chat while you're staying busy on your task? Ow. My hair just got stuck on something. Not entirely for sure what, but it did. I'm making good timing today. For this here, at least. Let's get this sewn on. Because it is past my little puppy bear's dinner time, or lunchtime. My little Loki. He always gets fed right when I wake up. Good morning, Linda, Irish Cell Lady. How are you doing, love? Or good afternoon, I should say. Awesome. I cannot wait until you start working on that. See, I got my price kit in the mail and hope to work on it when my friend gets into town. That will be our weekend quilting get together. Thanks again. Got to clean dog ears. Ooh, I hate doggy ears. I hate cleaning doggy ears. Oh, definitely. Yeah, Loki got his bath yesterday. His fur is so soft now. Oh, but he was not happy. He does not like bath time. But he always makes sure I give him tons and tons of treats afterwards. And lots of lovin's. You know, rotary cutters work a lot better when you actually open the blade. Good morning, Eva. How are you? Or good afternoon. Or is it morning where you're at? I can't keep track of who's out of United States and who's not. Just working on the last piece as section 6 or A6 of my Detroit Lion, so that way there I can be able to sew that section on. Yeah, I can't remember who is where and everything else. Do good as long as I remember where I'm at. Okay. Yeah, it is 12:23 here in Michigan now, so can't remember whether who's where and what time zones, and time zones always mess me up. All right, got that piece done. So now we can do the final trimming on this one here. And then get those 3 pieces sewn together. And make sure I keep my larger pieces, larger scraps, Quasar, stay off of mommy's pieces here. You gotta be a good boy, baby. Mama gets done with the live stream, Daddy will come in to spend time with you. Yes. All right, so numbers A6C is done. So now we can start piecing those together. Oh, wow. Yeah, here in Michigan, I woke up to 30 degrees and snow. Ugh, yucky snow. So now we're going to sew these 3 pieces together. And so we're going to start with connecting A to B. Just as soon as I can close up this box to keep Quasar out of my fabrics. Quasar, no. He's out here trying to get into the box of my fabrics from my lion. No, that's not for you. That's not Quasar Play Zone. There. Now my fabrics are safe. Alrighty. So we're going to set letter 6AC off to the side. I am going to put together A and B. And what we're going to do is, since I have it laid out right here, I can see where some of my pieces would meet up. Like right here. And then, of course, my little points there and there. Or my little points down here and my little points down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off. So since I know that, let's see here, it'll be right there that'll meet up. So I'm going to start with putting my needle in here and pick it up to push it through. And then push it through over here. Making sure that to make sure I got it pushed through just, let me do it down here. Just beautifully, right where those 2 points are going to meet up. And when you're sewing your pieces like this together, you want to make sure that you have the fabric, pretty side of the fabrics touching each other. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to bump the camera. So now since I got the middle section done, I'm going to do my corners. So what I do, like I've shown Mama Debbie on whenever I was teaching her about the building blocks, what I like to do is put pins into my main points where they're going to meet up at. And then put points in at the top and bottom corner. So everything comes out nice and even and straight. And I don't put the pin where it goes like, I leave the pin like this right here. Because then I come back with my clips. And I clip so that way there I can then remove my pin. So I always worry about if I put the pin in like that, then the moment I go to move it to put it like this, it's going to move my fabrics. I want everything to be nice and straight, just how I have it. Because then I can be able to remove this, remove the pins then, because then everything's nice and straight with my clips. Put my fabric scissors back down here into hiding underneath my machine. And now, put my needle down, put my foot down, and start sewing. And I'm sewing right on that black line between the pattern piece and the gray zone, because that gray zone is my 1/4 inch seam allowance. What are you doing, crazy bird? Make sure I got all my pieces here put up so I can be able to have them for reference. I'm just going to put them right over here in the front. And when I open this up, just a quick little press of my fingers to show you guys. There you go. Now we just gotta sew on the letters Sits AC down here. But first, I'm going to peel off. So this paper right here and this seam allowance, I'm going to peel that off to remove the bulk in there. And I'm going to press my seams open. Let's see, Giovanna says it's 5:27 there when she typed that in, which I'm sure it's past that now, because I know it's been a little bit since she's typed that in. Sorry about that, Giovanna. Oh, okay, so we are almost done with this block. And then next Sunday, we're going to work strictly on the lion, since I don't have a clue 3 yet of the PMQ. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press this open. So first I'm going to start with just finger pressing before I take it over here to my iron. There, it gets everything laid nice and flat for me. Move that stuff out of the way. I press on the seam side first, and then I flip it over and press on the fabric side. And there we go. My paper side, my seam side, all nice and pretty. And so now we're going to do the same thing with the letter C of adding it onto here. And then we'll get that all ironed and everything. It's all trimmed up already. So let's see here if I got any points that are going to meet up. Looks like this big cluster of fabrics right here is going to meet up where between 4 and 5. So I got to be careful of that. So I'll pin there first. Make sure we got that just perfect. What you doing, Quasar? Hi, Big Bird. And then we'll do down here at this corner piece. And then we'll come up here and do this top piece. And then we'll clip. And then I will be all ready. Now, not everybody has to do it this way, but this is the way that I prefer to do it. And it just helps make sure that I keep everything lined up nice and beautifully the way it's supposed to be. And another little pointer that I like to do and everything is, if you see how you got like these little overhang of the dog ears, I like to go ahead and trim those off now instead of messing with them later. Just trim that off nice and straight. Right there, you ain't got all that mess to deal with. And when you open it up, everything is nice and straight right there. And pretty. So peel back this paper. Take the paper off of the seam allowance there. All the rest of my paper I'm leaving on for now, until I have all of row A done up and connected to row B. Then I'll pull paper from row A off, or I might just leave it on until I have the quilt done, and not really decided on that yet. Might just leave it all on until I have it all done. No problem, Giovanna. See you later. Yep, I'll be hanging out in Debbie's live stream later. So just finger pressing, then I'll press over the iron, and then this will be all done for now. And this week, what I'll probably do is probably just create block A7 and 8, and then join them on the live stream next week and work on the first one of row B. And here is completed A6. I love how all these fabrics are creating so much different movement with the pattern designs of the fabrics. So it's creating so much different movement of the hair, making it give it more of a wild look to the hair of the mane of the lion. So, but that is it for today, everybody. So if you guys would love to try and see more, let me know. And I will definitely be showing a lot more on my channel next. So next Saturday, I will be probably working back over onto the diamonds. I got a lot of them done up. I'm going to figure out the layout this week, so that way there I can work on getting the rose sewn and added in next week. And then I will also be getting just noticed that on the camera. So then tomorrow, and then I'll also get rose or blocks A7 and A8 done up, so that way there next Sunday we can work on getting the started on row B of the lion from Motown. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and I will probably see everybody in other people's chats throughout the day. So talk to y'all later. Bye. Thank you for coming by and hanging out for so long. Thank you.